From my office, I was able to see a white jet, like a Gulfstream type commuter jet, I guess, just came at a high rate of speed. I can see National Airport's tower from our office,
right?
And it just increased its speed as it got closer to the Pentagon, and then I just saw the big yellow ball of fire.
I saw it was an American Airlines 757, and it came in and hit the heliport, came down Columbia Pike and hit the heliport next to the Pentagon. I live in an apartment building on that side of the Pentagon, and it just crashed right into it. I don't know if it damaged the side of the Pentagon, but the Pentagon doesn't look that badly damaged, but I know it hit at least the heliport on the side of the Pentagon.
You said it was a 757. How could you tell? How could you see that?
Yes, I could see it. And my roommate is an airplane person, and he saw it too. I mean, we saw the whole thing.
Okay. Did it didn't come out of National? It came in from the west.
It came right down Columbia Pike. It came right down Columbia Pike.
Columbia Pike.
Low and with throttles on.
With the full throttle?
Yeah. He actually added power right by the Sheridan.
And that's what we heard from Don as well. Added power and went straight for the Pentagon. So this was no accident.
And I saw a plane just coming right in front of my window, flying at a path that the commercial planes do not fly, not coming into the direction to land at National Airport.
How big was the plane?
It certainly looked larger. Every once in a while there's a flight path difference for smaller private planes that come in. This was not a small private-looking plane. It looked more like sort of a commuter-type plane.
And you said
it was sizable, yeah.
And then you said it was...
And I was sitting in my living room, and my building started shaking, and I knew that don't no plane supposed to make my building shake. Well, when I turned around and looked up, I see this plane, and I agree with the young lady that was just speaking. It was like a 757.
I live at the Overlook Apartments, and I was doing some exercises, jump roping, and this plane came increasingly fast. Almost close enough to, if it headed this direction, to hit the building that I'm in, which is an 8-story building. But it was aiming for in the direction of the Pentagon, and then all of a sudden I see this puff of smoke, and I just ran over to Columbia Pike to get a better view of it.
So, Charles, you didn't actually see it hit. You just saw it to a point, and then you saw the smoke?
I just saw this plane coming very, very fast, going in that direction as I was listening to you guys.
It was about 9:35, and I was looking out our 12th floor windows at 1600 Wilson Boulevard in Roswell, Virginia, and I watched this. It looked like a commuter plane, 2-engine, come down from the south, real low, proceed right on, and crashed right into the Pentagon.
Went directly into the Pentagon?
That is correct. I watched it come in very low over the trees, and it just dipped down, came down right over 395, right into the Pentagon.
And are you fairly sure that it was what we sometimes describe and recognize as a small commuter plane?
Yes, it was.
Good.
I saw a plane going down, big plane, commercial liner type, going down full speed and just inside the side of the Pentagon.
Tell me a little bit about the size of the plane. Did you see any commercial markings, any markings at all on the plane?
I didn't see any marking because it was, we just saw the underneath portion of it. So, and it just, as I said, was going full speed, so we didn't have time really to see anything, plus with the trees, you know, but it was a big plane, maybe 737. My husband said 747, but I'm not positive. I don't know for sure. But it was big.
As we were driving into town on 395, there was an exit. We were trying to get off the exit for the Memorial Bridge. Off to the left-hand side was a commercial plane that came in and was coming too fast and too low. And the next thing we saw was it go down below the side of the road, and we just saw the fire.
How low was the plane?
When it was coming down?
Yeah.
It was coming down on less than a 45-degree angle, and coming down toward the side of the 395. And when it came down, it just missed the 395 and went down below it, and then you saw the fire come up from it.
Were you able to see what kind of plane or what airline it belonged to?
No, I did not see what kind of an airline. I just assumed because we were so close to the airport, it was coming into land.
But it seemed awfully low to you?
Yes, and fast.
I was passing by Fort Myer, and I saw a large airliner-sized plane, roughly a 767-size airliner, very deep descent, approaching the Pentagon. As I didn't actually see the impact, but I did see, hear the blast, and saw the smoke rising from the crash later.
Have you seen debris
yes,
also? Describe what you've seen over there.
It just seemed like parts of the landing carriage or possibly the engines.
Well, traffic was very heavy this morning, so it was bumper to bumper. We were all stopped. I was probably about 100 yards from the Pentagon when I heard this screaming sonic boom and saw the jet come screaming across the highway. It was an American Airlines jet, silver with the markings along the windows, and within seconds it hit the side of the Pentagon. My first thought was, my God, it's coming in so low for landing at National.
Omar, you say this was a smaller plane, 10 to 15 passengers maybe?
No es muy grande.
No es muy grande.
It's not like too big. It's just.
¿Tú sabes los aviones comerciales?
It's like business airplane.
Like a business jet,
yeah.
And it was a jet.
Yeah, it's like a business aeroplane.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And what did you see the aircraft do?
Venía debajo.
It's gone very fast down. It's moved, then it goes straight to the buildings.
Como celeste.
What color was it?
It's like white in the top. It's like blue color downstairs. It's like
white on the top and blue on the color.
It's not like blue like white blue. Como los aeroplanes de aquí, de América.
American Air.
Como así.
Algo así como los de la United, you know.
He said like a United States airplane.
Okay. Are you an eyewitness as well?
Well, we only seen the back part as it was going over our building. And
what's your name?
Mark Eason.
And what did you see, Mark?
Just the plane. We were upstairs and from the window, and we heard the rumbling first, and then the plane just flew over top of us. It was so low that everything just...
Where were you?
On Columbia Pike.
I was just casually looking out the corner, out of the window. In the corner of my eye, I saw what looked to be maybe a 20-passenger corporate jet, no markings on the side, coming in at a shallow angle like it was landing right into the side of the Pentagon. And then a huge fireball, perhaps 5 times the height of the Pentagon. No, it was across 395 from the Pentagon in an office tower with, a direct view of the Pentagon.
And kind of describe the trajectory. The plane was aimed straight at the building?
It was aimed straight at the building. There was an angle, perhaps. It looked like it was landing. I couldn't tell if the landing gear was up or down. I don't know if it was taking off.
And I'm at a very large window, and I turned around and looked, and I saw the silver 757, it looked like to me, veering from the registered course over the Potomac River, and it had no landing gear down, and it was coming very, very rapidly, and then it took a dive, maybe a couple of miles, maybe over Roslyn. It took a dive into this building. And
Mr. Timmerman, are you with us right now?
I sure am.
You're a pilot. Tell us what you saw.
Well, I was looking out the window. I live on the 16th floor overlooking the Pentagon and the corner apartment, so I have quite a panorama. And being next to National Airport, I hear jets all the time, but this jet engine I heard was way too loud. I looked out to the south, to the southwest, and it came right down 395, right over Columbia Pike. And as it went by the Sheraton Hotel, the pilot added power to the engines. I heard it spool up a little more. And then I lost it behind a building, and then it came out, and I saw it hit right in front of it. It didn't appear to crash into the building. Most of the energy was dissipated and hitting the ground, but I saw the nose break up, I saw the wings fly forward, and then the conflagration took, just engulfed everything in flames. It was horrible.
What can you tell us about the plane itself?
It was a Boeing 757, American Airlines, no question.
You say that there was a Boeing, and you say it was a 757 or 767. It's hard.
757.
757,
yeah,
which
American
of course
Airlines.
is American Airlines, one of the new generation of jets, and of
course.
Right.
It was not. It was so close to me. It was like looking out my window and looking at the helicopter. It was just right there.
We were told that it was. We were told that it was flying so low that it clipped off a couple of light poles on its way in.
That might have happened behind the apartments that occluded my view. And when it reappeared, it was right before impact. And like I said, I saw the airplane disintegrate and then just blow up into a huge ball of flames.